All in line. They're off. Good start. Anita New Mercedes goes out to the early lead. Windribbon on the inside, sent along. Druidic and Spiritual Advisor are next. Nauvoo was a step slow to begin and is near the back of the pack, along with Speed Grazy on the inside. So they make their way into that turn. And up front, it is Druidic, who leads the way by a neck. On the rail, Windribbon is second as they make their way to the backstretch. Spiritual Advisor is third to the outside of them. And then comes Speed Grazy inside of Anita New Mercedes and a 3 wide Nauvoo. First quarter was 22.89 seconds as they head up the backstretch here. Druidic is the leader. On top by just a neck to Windribbon on the inside. Spiritual Advisor is perched outside the top two in third. Speed Grazy fourth along the rail. Anita New Mercedes is going up outside of horses with a half mile to go, just 2 lengths off the lead. Nauvoo under a ride at the back of the pack and not keeping up. 47.51 was the half mile as they race for the far turn. And Umberto Rispoli lets Windribbon go, and Windribbon has taken the lead here. A neck advantage over Druidic, who's being hard ridden in second. So too Spiritual Advisor on the outside. Speed Grazy is riding the rail, still in it, waiting for a place to go as they come to the top of the stretch. Windribbon off the turn in front. Speed Grazy swings up on the outside. Spiritual Advisor is third. Furlong to go. Windribbon a length and a half. Speed Grazy closing the gap. Windribbon, Speed Grazy coming up alongside and going on by. And Antonio Fresu and Speed Grazy get it done. Windribbon was second best, then Spiritual Advisor and Druidic.
2-1-6-5, Speed Grazy with a nice win.
Wears them down and sets a nice stalking trip for Antonio Fresu today. Mark Glatt, your winning conditioner with this horse. So we had the 3-horse Nauvoo just never really involved today. He took a lot of money in the early wagering, but didn't have it in the late stages. Speed Grazy, meantime, with a lot of horse as he sat in behind the early pace setters. You're right about Windribbon. He was aggressively handled under Umberto Rispoli today. And that forward style definitely helped him and served him in the late stages of this race. He may not have won, but he was able to hold on to second place money across the wire. And then Spiritual Advisor, a little one-paced, but comes on late to check in third here. No doubt about who was best, though. Speed Grazy, he's been at this condition for a long time. Clears it here today on the main track.
We picked it up as he had already made a little bit of a middle move there. He was almost last on the backstretch, and he seemed to effortlessly take Antonio Fresu up into the rail and right there behind Windribbon, the front runner. He just bided his time until he could get a clear path and run for home. But he came from well off the pace in the early stages here. And it was kind of a funny start to this race. Nauvoo had a bad start. We saw him go 4 wide to 3 wide in the turn. And at the end of that shuffling, Speed Grazy had more ground to make up than he probably ever has had to do in any of his prior 6 victories.
Yeah, I think those are early fractions at 22 and 4. You know, for some of these horses that are kind of stepping up in class, some of them that were stepping up in trip, those fractions caught up, and as they were coming back to the rest of the field, Speed Grazy able to make up that ground pretty easily and pretty comfortably and almost naturally within the flow of the race. Then he ends up in striking position as they turn for home and just takes over as he gets the opportunity to circle around Windribbon today. He was your favorite at post time 7-5 as your still unofficial winner here.
There is a look at Speed Grazy. 7-5 goes off as your favorite, gets the victory under Antonio Fresu. Nicely done by Antonio, but a very nice move there to get him into contention. And they have just gone official now, so we'll have prices for you in just a little bit.
Exactly. But I like your thinking.